Okay. Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I hope everyone is in good health and staying safe. The new coronavirus COVID-19, a pandemic sweeping the world, has challenged society in previously imagined ways, compelling individuals to resist a wide range of behavior from work to pleasure to fundamental travel and everyday duties. Not only has this had an individual impact, but it has also had an economic impact on countries as a whole, putting a variety of economic sectors to a halt. As the coronavirus spread, several governments throughout the world have imposed and reimposed tight lockdowns, including the closing of non-essential enterprises and the prohibitions of non-essential meetings in order to protect hospitals from being overburdened due to COVID-19. Many of their peers have advised their countrymen to spend as much time as possible at home and adopt social distance in order to reduce face-to-face encounter with others. COVID-19, the global pandemic, has made a substantial part of the workforce unable to go to work in order to limit the virus spread. As a result, both company and employees are looking for alternate work arrangement, particularly in a fast-paced urban area like the Klang Valley. Most governments have made working from home a policy priority. In doing so, policies must be developed with the practicality of both employers and employee in mind. However, the current scenario offers unique insight into how effectively working from home works, and it may play a critical part in future regulation that change the current structure of working hours, perhaps allowing for flexibility. Our forum will be discussing about the pros and cons of the two options given to employees in this pandemic time. There are conventional way of working in office and the new modernized way of working from home. And so, we have four panel with me today. They are one Nur Afrina for the first panel, NURSYAZWANI IZZATI for the second panel, our panel number 3, Muhammad AYUB, and the last one is ERNA MARLINA. Each panel is the UITM student representative, and they will give their ideas, criticism, and thoughts about the benefit and drawbacks of working in office versus working from home. Okay, let's we see their view. Okay, Miss Afrina, looking at the coronavirus situation in our country nowadays, what are the things that determine the effectiveness of working from home?
Thank you, Miss Moderator, Miss SUZAEKA. For me, it depends on two things. Which first setup, I have private room which is lockable and only can be accessed by me, better internet connection than in the office, and are not subject to the interruption or interminable meetings that certain firms provide. Second, attitude. 4 hours of focused labor is preferable to 8 hours of bits and pieces. It can be as excellent as, if not better than, the workplace if you have a strategy and the capacity to adhere to handling distractions and getting out of their jammies on time. I believe it has the potential to function effectively, but if handled properly, the office may give benefits such as teamwork, cross networking, overhearing leads, positive motivation, and readily available assistance. It does not matter where you are, it is all about how it is managed. The secret to being as effective at home as you are at work is to maintain your focus. There may be some technical difficulties, but they can be overcome. If you prefer to work alone, working from home may be just as productive, if not more so. Working from home might be a disadvantage if you need to be surrounded by others, and especially if you are an extrovert.
Okay, maybe you can enlighten us with the pros of working in office?
The pros of working in office that I can share here is the major is captured in the praise face to face from RV. People can see each other faces and not just their faces. They can see each other's whole bodies. Face expression, gesture, body language, and even tone of voice are hard to capture in an email. In reality, an email lends itself to misunderstanding easily. Furthermore, RV also notes that humans are by nature social creatures. This is a fundamental human necessity to be physically in the same location. These are seeking and avoiding solitary interaction with people. This demand does not meet email, telecommunication, or video conferencing. Also, the fact that decisions are made in reality constitutes face to face interaction. Flexibility of emails in responding to your speed might be beneficial, but it also slows down the pace of debate and decision making.
Hmm, interesting theory you have there. What about the con if working from home, Miss Arfina?
There are four downsides of working from home that have been shared from Compare which the first is solitary confinement. As I mentioned above, about to maintain your focus, if you are an extrovert, you might just be driven a little insane by the notion of being co-opted home 8 hours, 5 days a week. You need to connect and interact with your social being on a regular basis. Second is no structure. For example, you probably see the daily routine and the office routine as a requirement if you are someone who requires more structure in life to keep you disciplined and focused on your every chores. This applies in particular to those who want to work exclusively from home. Third is technical glitches. Imagine you are working for 10 minutes, then suddenly the internet is shut down so that you can get it functioning again for the following 3 hours. One of the compromises of working at home isn't that you generally have the same access to technical help at an office. Work from home can potentially hinder complete access of data security or consumer protection to technological platforms. And the last is a cycle of never ending work. As you can see, the drawback of working from home is that you might waste time and space so that you do not realize the time later in the evening. For some, a clear line needs to be drawn between job and personal life, and they will do everything they can to avoid both flowing together. In conclusion, office work is far more productive for people without the overhead cost of keeping warm at home and unwelcome attention from their friends and family. It is undoubtable cheaper. It is only productive if in particular circumstances it is comfortable for person like easy condition on roadways. For example, after all, it depends on everything just as I'd want to shut off the whole bustle at my workplace occasionally when I'm working on a time sensitive assignment. I would miss miss it if I had to work from home all the while. It is certainly a good opportunity, for example, during bad weather. Furthermore, instead of overtime, I sometimes just work from home in a shorter time without interruption. Thank you.
Okay, all right now. We have clear about working in the office and cons of working from home from Miss Afrina. Let's see from Miss Izzati perception of working in the office and explain the pros of working in the office.
Thank you, Ms. Moderator, for the questions. As a PJJ student representative, my opinion is not all jobs are suitable for home working, but it's also true that not all homes are suitable for a job. When you are in office, you are guaranteed certain standard by law, where suitable equipment for your working place might include ergonomic chair that support your lower backs and screen that don't strain your eyes. There is also regulations that demand workplace maintain appropriate working conditions such as temperature. At home, you are required to make your own arrangement for workstations. The argument is that nice workstations and chairs are not affordable for everyone. If there was widespread shift to home working, this lack of consistency will be problematic. Not only does the office provide equipment, but also provide a pleasant environment. Other than that, revenue growth, net income, productivity, employee absenteeism, innovation, and staff retention have all been shown to be influenced by organizational culture. This is because workplace culture has influence on people well-being and may help us be more engaged and enthusiastic about our jobs. When employees of all levels are in the same area, it also much simpler to build a culture of support and personal growth because supervisor can more quickly notice when their direct report are stressed and development opportunity may be discussed and hosted in the same place. Office activity may help foster a sense of belonging among co-workers and transform professional connection into a personal one. Curiosity in the workplace may help distribute information across desks, breaking down appetite silo and allowing for the sharings and development of ideas as a team. I do believe work in office has its own pros beside cons. When you work in office, you can manage your own time. From Paris's work 2016 by 16, working in office generally involves adhering to a set of working hours. This will be automatically educate you how to efficiently manage your times. Punctuality is a significant indicator of how responsible you are as a person. You will also learn how to handle duty in a timely manner so that you may be post productivities with your designated working hour and relax when it's time to go. For individuals who require more structure in their life, the traditional 9 to 5 may be appropriate. We don't always have our life together as humans, and activity like this serve to provide more stability and structure to our life. This may be especially beneficial for people who prefer to work according to a fixed schedule. It may also teach you how to better manage your time by being productive when you need to be at work and relaxing when you are done.
Thank you, Ms. Zati. Is there any cons of work from home that you want to highlight?
Yes, Miss Moderator. The downside of work from home that I want to highlight is distractions. You might become distracted at work, but you can also become distracted at home. If you doesn't have a strong work ethic, you may become sidetracked by social media or online browsing. While taking a break to watch something on Netflix might be enjoyable, but it will be risk when become engrossed in a film or series and wasting time that could have been spent working. If you don't set clear limit for working from home, your family might become a distraction too. Even your pet may be a source of distraction that you will not encounter in the workplace. Second cons that I want to highlight is lacking from Paris's Lion Martin 2021. You can work at your own speed because you are working from home, unless you have a co-worker that is overworked. This co-worker has the ability to accuse you of shirking your obligation. If this information reaches your boss, you may have a strict work schedule. When you are not in the same workplace as someone, it's more difficult to collaborate with them. When working from home, a lack of communication might pose significant issue. That's all from me, Ms. Moderator.
Wow, how tremendous the effect of coronavirus have taken our life nowadays. It looks like Shazoni has covered most of it, but there are still room for explanation. How about we listen to Mr. Ayub for now? What is your opinion about working from home, and can you please explain the benefit of working from home?
Thank you, Ms. Shika. For my opinion, working from home has a lot of benefits rather than working in office. But I agree, not all jobs are suitable to work from home. If you work in company or you work as a freelancer, it is very suitable for you to work from home rather than in office. Working from home needs to find balance between the work life and personal life. Working at home, you are able to do a lot of things in case you are studying or also you have a husband, you could manage your household at the same time answering rather than to having wait until you at home to do household. This thing will help you to ease the stress of managing home life with work. I believe that work from home has its own advantages and disadvantages. When you work from home, you will have a better work-life balance because work from home comes with flexible schedule. It means workers can manage their time from start to end of their day as long as their work is complete and gives on to strong outcome. Your work schedule also can be inflexible when it comes to attending needs for personal life. Even if you want to join online class in the morning, dropping your kids to class all are easier when you balance your work with life.
Okay.
Secondly, if you work from home, you can customize your workplace on your own. Whether you simply want a more ergonomic chair or have any health condition that necessitates specific office equipment, you can create on your own. Ergonomic gives a great feedback for you to lead strong outcomes to your company. According to Musonda and Smallwood, awareness is not only based on knowledge but also on the display of behavior. Ergonomic awareness helps in ergonomics application and contributes significantly to human well-being and safety due to a comfortable work environment and ergonomically designed tools.
All right. Mr. Ayub, is there any challenges of working in office that you want to highlight? It seems that working in office has some slight downsides.
Yes, there are some downsides of working in office. The negative elements I would like to highlight is working in office encourages you to have a sedentary lifestyle, which means you spend all your day sitting on your chair while trying to finish your work task. This could become more unproductive person since you are busy on your chair. You become lazy to walk around and do any housework after you finish your work. Sedentary lifestyle also creates side effect of your health. It strains your neck and your back. Working at a desk is also one of a leading cause of obesity. Based on the New York Times, a broad examination of labor force change since 1916 reveals that less physical activity during the workday accounted for a large percentage of the obesity.
All right. Okay. Mr. Ayub has given us as in depth of his opinion and thoughts regarding the alternative measure of working from the old time like working in the office to the new working from home routine. Miss Erna, on the other hand, as a student representative, what is your opinion regarding working from home?
Okay, before I answer the question, I would like to thank to Miss Moderator for giving me an opportunity to answer this question. My opinion regarding the question asked is that working from home will save you a lot of time since you do not have to go through traffic every day before and after work. This also will save a lot of money on fuel and indirectly will help to save the earth. A person also will have the flexibility of work to be done and did not have to obey or stick to time that have been allocated. As for example, if you drag your lunchtime or having an early lunchtime, it will be okay as long as your work can be done to the due date given. You can also manage your time wisely and also improve your productivity. If you feel like demotivated or burnt out, you can take a break anytime and maybe do a little stretch or take a stroll in a park. You will find that your work and you will also find that your work will be more of goal related rather than task oriented, and you will have more control over how will you work to be done. Other than that, having a flexibility working hours is that it can reduce your absence and lateness. If you have a slight fever or not feeling well, you can still go to work according to your own pace and have not to worry that you will be the carrier to other people. You also will master the self-discipline and self-directed as it will give you a great deal on how managing your time and self-control. By working at home also can save a lot of expenses such as traveling to work expenses, meals and clothing. As we all know how pricey the office attire is. If we work from home, we can wear whatever we want as comfy as we want without having to worry about the dress code. Last but not least, you can minimize a lot of distraction without having to deal with some impromptu chit chats, office politics, and dramas. This will increase your focus getting your assignments done. You also can work from anywhere you see you fit without to care what other people talk about you, as working from home will disconnect less face time with people. To open spaces in the working in office have been cited as a good way to connect and collaborate with others, but it can be undeniably resulting in a lot of interruptions and distractions getting assignment to be done.
All right. Interesting point you got there. Miss Ern, what is in your opinions about the downside of working in the office?
Okay, there are a lot of downside in working in office. Um, the first thing is about the flexibility working hours. The working hours is not as flexible as working at home, because you need to stick to the working hours routine. This will increase some stress because you need to stick to the routine and not be able to make the best out of it. You are also will be getting more pressure either from your superior or colleague, and therefore decrease the productivity and the capacity of the work. The lack of privacy also will happen because you share the same working spaces, and there are some people that will not respect boundaries or might try to get you involved in some impromptu chit chats and office politics. Open spaces also will facilitate to the spread of the disease that might be require you to absent, and this also might drag your assignments to be done. The worst thing about working in an office is that the risk of burnout. People experiencing burnout will view their job as increasingly stressful and frustrating, and they will not enjoy doing their assignment. They also might be cynical about their working conditions with the people they're working with. This will lead to stress and emotionally drain. This also not affected the work, but also personal matters. They sprinted because they had to cope with the unreasonable time pressure and unmanageable workload. Thank you.
All right. After we have listened to the ideas, criticism, and thought about the benefit and drawbacks working in office versus working from home, we hope the audience will have a better understanding about the pros and cons of working in the office and working from home. And now, due to the time constraint, please allow the four panels and me to end this discussion. Thank you, and we appreciate your time for explaining to us about this. And for the audience, thank you for listening. And I would like to remind all of you, please stay safe and please follow the SOP. Thank you.